Welcome to Ouroboros. Here, science, philosophy, symbolism, and lived experience are explored side by side. Made for anyone curious about the deeper patterns that shape our inner and outer worlds. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the video. A serpent devouring its tail. The Ouroboros. An ancient sign of cycles, shadow, and renewal. As this circle turns, two names emerge: Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung. Once aligned, then divided. Their clash would redraw the map of the mind. The questions they asked still coil through our lives. This is where their journey begins. Two brilliant minds. Two revolutionary approaches to understanding the human psyche. Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. Once mentor and student, later intellectual rivals who fundamentally disagreed about what drives human behavior. Today, we're diving into their groundbreaking theories to discover how these psychology pioneers shaped our understanding of the mind, where they agreed, where they clashed, and why their ideas still influence us over a century later. Let's start with Freud, the father of psychoanalysis. Born in 1856, Freud believed that our unconscious mind, filled with repressed memories, desires, and conflicts, controls most of our behavior. His famous structural model divided the mind into three parts: the id, our primitive desires seeking immediate gratification; the ego, our rational self trying to balance reality; and the superego, our moral conscience. Freud was obsessed with sexuality, arguing that sexual energy, or libido, drives most human motivation. His Oedipus complex suggested children have unconscious sexual desires for their opposite-sex parent. Dreams, he claimed, were the royal road to the unconscious, symbolic representations of our repressed wishes. Now enter Carl Jung, initially Freud's protege, but eventually his greatest challenger. Jung agreed that the unconscious was crucial, but he expanded it dramatically. Beyond our personal unconscious, Jung proposed a collective unconscious, a deeper layer shared by all humanity, containing universal symbols and themes he called archetypes. Think of the hero, the mother, the shadow. These appear across all cultures and stories. Jung introduced psychological types, including the famous concepts of introversion and extroversion. Unlike Freud's focus on sexuality, Jung believed we're driven by a need for meaning, purpose, and spiritual growth, what he called individuation. So where did they fundamentally disagree? First, the nature of the unconscious. Freud saw it as a dark basement of repressed sexual and aggressive impulses. Jung viewed it as a creative source of wisdom and growth. Second, human motivation. Freud reduced everything to sexual energy and childhood trauma. Jung believed we're motivated by future goals, spiritual growth, and self-realization. Third, dreams and symbols. Freud interpreted dreams as disguised sexual wishes. Jung saw them as messages from the unconscious, offering guidance and insight. Finally, therapy goals. Freud aimed to make the unconscious conscious to resolve neuroses. Jung sought to help people achieve wholeness and meaning, but they shared important common ground. Both revolutionized psychology by taking the unconscious seriously when others ignored it. Both used dream analysis and free association as therapeutic tools. They agreed that early childhood experiences shape personality, though they interpreted this differently. Most importantly, both believed that understanding our unconscious patterns is essential for psychological health and personal growth. Their legacy lives on today. Freud's influence appears in modern psychotherapy, our understanding of defense mechanisms, and pop culture references to Freudian slips. Jung's concepts of personality types influence everything from Myers-Briggs tests to team-building exercises. His archetypal thinking shapes literature, film, and marketing. Both remind us that we're far more complex than we appear on the surface, driven by forces we barely understand. Whether you lean toward Freud's biological determinism or Jung's spiritual psychology, both offer valuable insights into the magnificent mystery of human consciousness. Together, they continue to inspire clinicians, artists, and curious minds worldwide, every generation. Thank you for watching Ouroboros. If this sparked insight, please subscribe, like, and share. New deep dives every week. Keep turning the circle.